What's going on, guys? It's Julian. It's Tuesday. I'm going to give you guys a quick video because I'm not going to give you guys one tomorrow. I wanted to do this ahead of time. That way this pork has got some time to rest in these juices. I'm making pozole tomorrow, which is a Mexican soup that's got gently braised pork. We've got some pork butt in here that we are searing off, and by we I mean I. And we have got show you the vegetables I'm working with here. Now, it's generally got a soup and a spinach. It's like a almost tortilla broth as well, you know, like a chicken tortilla broth. Very dark, very rich, very red. So I've got green peppers, poblanos, tomatoes, onions. I've got some roasted garlic over here. And this is just adding depth. And I took the bone that this picnic ham was on, and I got it in the smoker, so it's going to add another layer of flavor and more depth. And this pork right here has been sitting in a brine. There's salt, sugar, a little bit of cumin, black pepper, smoked paprika, and that's it. And then we've got some guajillos that have been charred in the broiler, and I like letting them just soak up a little bit of this water. And I'm just taking the seeds out because I don't want the seeds in there. And I like taking the already dried guajillo chilies because these are already dried, but you put them back in the broiler just so they can get some color. Like I said, it's going to add a very deep, earthy flavor. It's going to impart a lot, like I said, a lot of flavor into this. And we're just searing this pork on each side. Searing the pork on each side, and then this is going to be put in the braising liquid almost like we did yesterday, but with a little bit different of a flavor profile. All right, so there's going to be all those vegetables, those poblanos, those green peppers, those tomatoes that we started off. I'm actually going to leave all of that skin on there because I want that color, I want that flavor to impart into my broth. We're actually going to use some of the chicken stock we made yesterday when we did the braising liquid. I wanted to show you something about the chicken stock as well. Usually, you know, you can't get all of the fat whenever you're straining unless you ladle it all off, and even then, kind of pointless. But whenever it cools completely, you can actually scoop almost all of it off. And that's what I like doing. I like taking it and cooling it. That way I can get all of that fat off there. That way there's not a fat slick on the top of your soups. Most of the time I wouldn't care, you know. And I've got a few different things going on the top of this stove top. I wanted to show you guys that too. So I'm actually making those xiaolong bao that I told you guys about, those soup dumplings. Pretty sure I butchered the shit out of that name, but it'll be alright. You know, worst thing you can do is try. And then somebody that knows how to say it, tells you how to say it, shows you what inflection's on it. I always try to, you know, learn words and shit like that in a different language. That way I don't seem, you know, just like that typical American that goes to most places outside of the States, you know, not wanting to learn somebody else's culture. And that's what we're doing with food, man. We're learning somebody's culture. And another reason I like doing it when it's cold, because there's so much fat in this, it almost turns to jelly. And all that fat, that big top of fat, would rise back to the top by falling in. We're actually going to use this in here as well. So a nice sear going on. And I'm making really cool thing about soup dumplings is when you eat them, they're steamed. And they're roughly about this big, and you tear, and you let the broth that's inside of it drain out. You're probably thinking, how do you get broth in there? You take this pork skin, you take the pork belly, and you take the pork skin right off the belly. And then you blanch it, you know, a few times. And I've never made these, so I'm just telling you guys what I've seen on the videos so far. And then you blanch it for 5 minutes. It cooks all of that fat, so you can scrape all of that fat off. Because there's a lot of collagen left in the skin, the cartilage, and shit like that that's in some of these bigger pieces of meat. And you let this go for an hour. And then you add green onion, ginger. I added salt, white pepper, a little bit of sugar, and then a little bit of cooking wine. And that was all it called for. And you let this go for another hour. And then you strain it all off. And then you put a piece of wax paper on top in a, you know, Tupperware container, and you let it go into the fridge. And it makes almost this jelly consistency, but it firms up a lot more than this. And then you take that, and then you cut that into your dumpling filling. So, you know, you'd have carrot and cabbage and onion, green onion, pork, salt, pepper, some ginger in there, some garlic, and then you would take this congealed fat, you'd cut it up, and you'd mix it in there, being careful not to overmix it, and you'd form your dumplings. Pop them in there and throw them in the steamer. Soup dumplings are one of the most underrated, and just, I mean, they're a pain in the ass to make from what I've seen. However, it's so worth it. I've been wanting to make these things for a very long time. And I got the steamer, got that going, so. But I didn't want you guys to think that I forgot about you tomorrow when I don't do a video, because this is something that, like I said, it's a soup. It's a very good soup, packs a lot of flavor, and it really needs time. That's one thing about soups that most people don't realize, is soup needs time. You know, not the ingredient time. But most of my chicken soups will have time in there. But they need time to hang out and relax and absorb flavor and disperse all their flavor in here. So I would show you the kitchen, but like I said, I got like 18 different projects going on at once. So I don't want to show you guys my messed up kitchen right now. So we're making that, we're making this. I've actually got the bone that's in, like I said, that was a part of this on the smoker right now. And it's not gonna sit in there long. You know, it's still gonna be completely raw by the time I go to use it. But I just want to impart, like I said, a little bit deep, rich, smoky flavor. I want to impart, you know, as much flavor as I possibly can. That's why you brine stuff ahead of time, right? That's why you season stuff. You want to impart as much flavor as you possibly can. That way when it comes time to eat, you know, all those flavors and all that profile that you've been working on for so long is in the dish. You know? So that broth will go for just a little bit, and like I said, it'll be strained, thrown into a Tupperware container, nice piece of wax paper on top, and then it'll hang out in the fridge, probably for a day or two to set up, just so I can, you know, get this done. We're doing steaks tonight. I showed you guys in the sous vide. I've got those sitting back here now. They've been sitting at 125, which is a little bit less than rare, right on rare. They've been sitting back here in the sous vide for quite some time. It's got about 45 minutes to go until I take those out and reverse sear them. And I won't show you guys that. I'll only show you guys the picture because it'd be a waste of everybody's time to just flip it in here for a minute or two. What's going on, Lacey? It's hard to hear with the chicken. I got pork actually frying. It's for pozole. It's a pork, big ass picnic pork. You get a nice sear on it. So like I said, I want that flavor in there. What's going on, Nate? What's going on, Lacey? Hunters, I don't know if he's still watching, but what are you guys doing for dinner tonight? I've been wanting to do pozole for a while, and then Lacey actually did it the other day, and I'm like, shit, now I have to do it. And like I said, this stuff is generally finished with some avocado, some cabbage, some raw cabbage, radishes, cilantro, of course. And then there's hominy that goes in there. There's the pork and the pork stock and all these vegetables. These vegetables won't go in there. I'm actually going to buzz it up a little bit so I can extract a little bit more flavor and then strain it all off. You know, that way I can impart as much flavor as possible with this. So can't wait to try this stuff. You know, like I said, it's one of those soups I don't drink, but a lot of people say like this and menudo, which is another soup, a Mexican soup that they use with, generally do with tripe, which is stomach. Say it's a cure for a hangover. I've never had a hangover, so I don't know, what that really feels like. But I know when I eat pozole, when I eat chicken soup, or I eat, a soup that's really, really good, it makes you feel good. So I can only imagine how good you would feel after, all night boozing, right? And like I said, with these vegetables, got the green peppers, we got the poblanos. I usually take jalapenos and do those at the end because I want that punch right on the front by stewing in here all day, because it kind of gets left in the wings or left in the back, right? And I just put a little char on each of these. And I'm gonna keep this stuff on, right? Because I want that color from there. I want that char. I want that smoke. I want that char on there. So it's gonna impart quite a bit of flavor as well. All right, so this is almost done. And then we'll do, like I said, the same way we did yesterday when we were braising the chicken. So, see if we got any comments. What's up, Cabbage Joe? Hot dogs, mac and cheese, and fries, man. You can't beat that. What kind of hot dogs did you have? I like the Hebrew Nationals. I like the Sabrettes. Those are my go-tos for hot dogs. That's about all I want as far as sear goes on that one. This is actually starting to heat up quite a bit, so I don't want this stuff to start burning. So what I like doing ahead of time, or right after I take the pork out, I like to put something in there that's going to cool down the pan almost instantly. You want to do something that's got a high water content. And tomatoes will generally do that. But what I also like to do is I like to take it off the heat. That way it's not heating up too much. Nothing scorching. And I'd usually do this, like I'd have guajillos, I'd have chili de arbos, I'd have, a whole couple, different variations of a dried pepper in here. But really didn't feel like going up to the Spanish store, Bravo. We got a really good store over here called Bravo. I'm pretty sure they're in most states. Damn near find anything. I just didn't feel like going up there today. My male husky had to have his nuts clipped, so he's actually laying behind me right now. Feel bad for the guy. I kept telling him it was my wife's fault. She made me do it. So, a couple days he'll feel better, and then my female husky, she's gonna get fixed soon too. She's getting fixed next month, I believe, or August. It's a lot harder to get a female appointment for the vet, for the place we go to get them fixed, than it was a male, because males are so quick, There we go. I like just getting all that fond off that bottom of that pan, and that's what that liquid from that tomato is going to do. Break up some of this stuff just so it starts cooking down. Now, I'm going to let this go. It's probably going to go for about 3 hours. That's why I left everything real big. Usually if you want to impart flavor quick, you cut everything really, really small. Less surface area. Less space for it to extract, so add a little bit of this jelly chicken stock. So much good flavor in this. We're actually going to use all of that, but I want to make sure everything's scraped up off the bottom of this pot. It smells really good already. Like I said, this type of soup is going to benefit from, hanging out overnight, cooling overnight. It's going to do real well absorbing all of that flavor that we put into that pan and extract from that pork. Actually, need these tongs. So we're going to put that back in there. I think our smoke bone that we got back there smoking, it's got quite a bit of ham on it, or quite a bit of pork on it, excuse me. So we're going to use that as well. So let me actually go get that. You guys can hang out and watch. Chat among yourselves if you'd like. You know, it's only going to take me a second. See, like I said, about 15 minutes. Like I said, it'll impart another flavor. It's not much to really permeate the meat too much, but it'll give off just enough. Just enough. So go ahead and we'll add all that chicken stock we made yesterday. And we're going to add our charred guajillos that we had over there, right? Try to add a little bit of that liquid. Whenever you've got anything that's dried, dehydrated, always steep it in water. Like dried mushrooms are really good. Really good. Like set them up in water, let them hang out, and then use that water. Right? It's okay if a little bit of seeds get in here, because like I said, I'm going to strain it anyways. Just like you guys saw me strain off this water. So it imparts quite a bit of flavor. So we're going to bring this up to a boil. And then we'll reduce it down to a simmer and we'll let it go for roughly 2.5 hours. You know, usually I'd go about 3 hours, but cut this into smaller pieces so it's going to go a little bit quicker. Plus, it's going to take quite some time to cool down. So by the time it's cooled down and the pan can go in the fridge, the pot can go in the fridge, excuse me, it's going to be just right, because you don't want to overcook this. Yeah. So, and then our broth should be done. We'll let it go just a little bit longer. And I'll actually do a whole video on how to do these. You guys will actually be seeing me roll these things, or I'm sorry, form these dumplings for the first time. You know, usually I would just do just a standard gyoza type, which is just I like using the wonton wrappers and then making the pleats and then going from there. So you guys will actually get to see me do that process. And you guys will get to laugh at me and watch me cuss. What's going on, Jeff? How are you? So, if you guys are in there, man, communicate a little bit. Where are you guys watching from? What are you guys doing for dinner? If you guys are watching from work, or, you know, irresponsible people driving and watching in your car, what are you guys doing today? Like I said, I had to take my male husky to get his nuts clipped today, so, you know, he's poor guy sitting behind me, miserable, sleeping it off. But he'll be better. They always get better. So I think I'm probably going to end it there. You know, hasn't been too many people jumping on. We had, I think, up to 10 or 15, you know, at one time, but it slowly dwindled down. So I'm glad you guys could see this. Like I said, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to do a video tomorrow. I'll probably do one on Thursday with these steamed dumpling, the soup dumpling. So I'll do that, and then you guys, like I said, will see that. We'll probably do, I'm for sure going to do ground pork. I'll go up to Fatbacks and get some ground pork, because they ground their stuff daily. And there's just something nice about going and getting fresh ground pork that you know it's coming from one animal. It's not coming from 18 different animals like most grocery stores have, you know. And tomorrow's Wednesday too, so I'm for sure going to try to get down. Somebody told me, I can't remember who it was, but somebody that lives in the Volusia County area. We've got the Volusia County Farmers Market opening back up. So that opened up last week before last. What's going on, Drew? Doing pozole, just showing everybody how to throw pozole together and how to braise some pork and then leave it over for the next night. Also talking Shaolin Bao. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that completely wrong, but it's a soup dumpling, so we're going to do that on Thursday. So I hope all is well with you and the family. Miss working with you. So, got to get together soon. Fucking get Denny to make us some sushi, and we can all sit around and shoot the shit and eat some of the best sushi. Edamame Densho, I fucked that one up, didn't I? So, However, he tagged it last week in a video, so if you guys are in the Central Florida area, hit up Denny. Outstanding sushi. Not Denny's, Denny. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, I've showed you guys how to braise pork. Now I'm showing you guys what we're gonna do, how to get that gelatin, because that's what's gonna form. It's gonna form a gelatin from all that pig collagen and that pig fat. And like I said, that's what we'll cut up into little pieces, and we'll fold in with our ground pork mixture. They'll have carrots, onions, some cabbage, garlic, ginger, maybe a little Chinese 5-spice, some salt, some white pepper, maybe a little for sure a little soy sauce, a little sesame, something very, very light, because you want everything to come together. You want everything to get muddied up. So like I said, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you guys on Thursday. Don't mind my hair, it's all crazy, been all over the place.